Glad you've joined us for the news at 6. The Table Rock trails in the Boise area, they are so muddy. They're just a mess right now. So muddy that the Ridge to Rivers organization, which manages the trails, says they've never seen them this bad. Current conditions have even forced some closures. KTVB's Misty Englert gives us a look at why Ridge to Rivers is urging you to stay off the trails.
I'm standing here just inside the gate at the entrance of the Table Rock trails. Now, we did get special permission from Ridge to Rivers to be on the trails today to show you just how muddy and slick it is. So if you take a look around me, you can see that the mud on the trails goes all the way up, even to where it gets steep. And then if you come back and you take a look here at my feet, even just barely stepping, you can see how much my foot slides. That's how slick and deep the mud already is. And that's why they want to keep people off these trails.
The soils on the Table Rock trails are some of the worst in the system. They're high clay content, very, very muddy. There's times when they shouldn't be used.
And one of those times is now. Ridge to Rivers is closing Table Rock trails every day after 10 a.m. because of muddy conditions. David Gordon, program manager for Ridge to Rivers, says before 10 o'clock, the trails are still frozen, so they are usable. But when it's not frozen, they need people to stay off.
We were just bummed about it because we wanted to get a good workout in, and it's a good view up there too. So yeah, just kind of bummed out.
While some hikers are upset about the closure, Gordon says it's necessary in order to preserve the trails for future generations.
And what happens when people are using trails when they're muddy, they are walking to the side of the trail. We have real fragile vegetation on the sides, so they basically kill the vegetation. Our trails get wider and wider. As they get wider, they become little roads. They're more difficult to maintain. So we see more erosion occurring with a wider trail.
Ridge to Rivers has been out off and on all winter trying to keep people out of the mud.
We're not overly successful. People read the sign and they'll go anyway. And part of it is ignorance. Part of it is just lack of interest in trying to do the right thing. I think when I say ignorance, they're not sure why it's closed.
Even during our interview, a couple of hikers didn't see the signs.
Excuse me, trails are closed right now.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Gordon says it's not always that easy to discourage people. He just asks that you obey the signs and check Ridge to Rivers' website to see which trails are open and which ones are under lock and key. Even when Table Rock trails are closed, Ridge to Rivers says there are plenty of other trails like this one here, the Shoshone-Paiute Loop near Table Rock, that you can utilize. Reporting in Boise, Misty Englert, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Gordon says you can also check Ridge to Rivers' Facebook page every day. They have the latest trail conditions posted by 8 a.m. And Gordon also added that if the problem of people hopping the fence continues, they are looking at making it a citable offense.